Hey y'all, Jamie here. Proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off? Well, me and my little 14-year-old sister Deanne were both working at a strip club called the Monkey Bar, which was downstairs from a Bangkok Thai, massage parlor. And we were stripping there, and we were working with Puerto Rican Tracy and one of my best friends, Terry, and Bobby Joe was there. There was a bunch of us there, right, that worked there. Now, on this particular night, my girls weren't really there. It was me working with a bunch of cis girls that particular night. And I had gone into the dressing room, and I was going to be up soon, and my sister was on the stage, and somebody said, Jamie, come quick, your sister's being attacked. They're jumping your sister. I flew out to the front of the bar. Flew out there, do you hear me? And there was this biker bitch that was just tatted up from Chalmette. If you're from New Orleans, you know what Chalmette is. And, yeah. And she ended up, they pulled us all apart, and she screamed, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight your fucking brother, talking about me. Honey, I gave her her motherfucking wish. Do y'all hear me? She got her wish. I tackled her. We went to the stage, and I was whooping her ass, and she tried tangling her hand in my hair. And they had cut my hair in jail at that time, y'all. And so I had a wig on, and she fucking tangled her hand in my hair. I grabbed that bitch by the back of her head, and I slammed her face into my knee as hard as I could, and I slammed my high heel shoe down as hard as I could, and I broke her foot. She screamed. The bartender tried wagging her finger in my face like that, and I was blacked out, rage going off, like it was not the time to try to stop me. And when she put her finger in my face, y'all, I'm not going to lie, I grabbed her finger and I snatched it, and I broke her finger. And I heard it. Like, you could hear it snap, And, yeah. So that was the big fight. The cops came. They had to haul the biker chick off in an ambulance. I did not get in trouble because everyone was a witness that I did not start it, she started it with my sister and then me, and so the cops let me go. And it was like it was a keep your nose clean. Listen, the cops were paid off. I was working for a mob family, frankly, the Gambinos, okay? And the Gambinos paid off the police force in New Orleans in the French Quarter. They paid those cops to watch their backs, And so, yeah, that's what happened. And they gave me a warning because they were paid to do so. And they took that bitch off to the hospital in handcuffs to arrest her, okay? So, around this same time, y'all, I started dating this little guy. He started coming around the door of the bar, and he would stand out on the sidewalk and he would perform magic tricks. He was a little street urchin, I would say, a little hustler boy. And, he said he was 16, I was 19, so it wasn't like pedophilia, y'all. But yeah, I kind of fell for his charms a little. Even though he was younger than me, I fell for his charms. And I ended up starting to date him. Yeah. Like, he started staying with me in the whole 9 yards. I even let him bring his damn pet tarantula in my house. Y'all, I hated that fucking spider. Like, I hated that spider. I wanted anyway, watching it eat a mouse over like 2 or 3 days. So gross. But yeah. So, I'm continuing to work at the Monkey Bar. He's coming to see me at work every day to make sure that, to make sure I'm good, to ask me for money sometimes, which I wasn't very keen on. Like, that was not my strong suit. Taking care of boys was not. That's something I did in Houston when I first started, And as I got a little wiser and time moved on a little, I learned that fuck that. I'm not going to fucking feed you, bitch. If you can't feed yourself, like, I got to give him like $5 or $10, but I was not going to be no sugar mama. So, I'm dancing at work one night, and this one girl, she was new there, and she kept looking at me kind of funny, right? And I'm like, okay, what is her problem? I thought, well, she's bitter because I'm taking customers from her, or, I thought it was something like that, right? Well, it wasn't. She cornered me in the dressing room. She cornered me in the dressing room. And at that time, y'all, I was dancing with pet snakes that I had. Like, I had pet snakes, and I was kind of known for it at the time. I would dance to Welcome to the Jungle and all that kind of shit with, like, tiger print bikinis and the snake around me. Yeah, I was really feeling my oats. And yeah, so I'm getting my snake together, and this girl's, like, looking at me stupid. And I was finally like, girl, do you have a fucking problem with me or something? Like, have you never worked around, my kind before? And she was like, well... She said, I just have to be real honest. I am seeing Mark. That was the little guy's name he was living with me, okay? And she's like, he and I are seeing each other and we're in love. And I was like, oh, you're in love. And she said, yeah. She said, he told me that you're his sugar mama, but he's gonna be with me. And I was like, oh, he told you I was his sugar mama, did he? And she said, yeah. She said, he told me you're a sex change. I said, he told you I'm a sex change. I was 19. I couldn't afford a damn vagina yet. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, I could have if I wanted to go to Butcher Brown in Mexico and get botched. But no, I did not want, no. So, she tells me that I'm his sugar mama. And that he is, okay, y'all can see my dog now. Okay, there she is. She tells me, you're his sugar mama and all of that, right? And I said, oh, you think I'm his sex change sugar mama? I said, let me show you the sex change he's eating out. And I dropped my G-string. And if y'all want to know what happened next, y'all know the routine. Be here tomorrow and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.